So, you're looking to put together a custom keyboard and you want a tactile switch that feels crisp, has a firm, satisfying bottom out, a pleasant sound, and won't break the bank. Well then, maybe you're a little bananas. Ajazz and Huano have teamed up with their Diced Fruit series of switches. I can definitely say that these are real winners. If Zelios are out of your price range, Holy Pandas break the bank, and Boba U4Ts make your wallet cry, then there's a new player in town. Although a bit more pricey than the Ajazz CS series, these switches have a bottom out that make Boba U4T stems jealous. I can definitely recommend these switches. So get some loose change, grab a bunch, and hopefully you too can see the appeal. Ajazz x Huano Bananas come in a pack of 45 plus 1. One switch is loose for your switch tester, or whatever odd use you may have. With a price ranging from $16.75 to $19.99 across a few vendors, these little 36 to 43 cent sweet treats are definitely undercutting the modern tactile market while delivering on their promise of a crisp, tactile bump. With a long pole stem made of nylon and a bottom housing of nylon as well, the bottom out has a pleasant warm mid-tone and the polycarbonate top gives a higher pitch top out. The bottom out force is about 50 grams and the pressure of the tactile bump is nearly the same force. The lack of pre-travel and the 3.3mm travel distance give an immediate and crisp action that nearly guarantees bottoming out. If you like a tactile switch that emphasizes the tactility without the massive round bump of a Holy Panda, or a crazy strong spring, then you really should grab these bananas by the bunch. I know that some people will see the spring strength as low and try to dismiss it. I regularly use 78 gram switches myself, but these are 22mm long springs. This forces the spring under compression before you even start pressing on it, and that means a lot less of a ramp up in pressure. These switches are light, but even with heavier caps, I don't find myself accidentally actuating them like I might with other switches, even in the 60 gram range. The preloaded spring also means that the tactile bump is not lost in the spring force. In fact, it seems to accentuate it. Compared to Zeal V2 at 78 grams, these switches are much lighter in spring force, but they feel less muddy. The bump is super crisp. The bottom out is more solid and clean. With Boba U4Ts, the force of the spring is definitely lighter, but the bump is again more prominent and crisp, but you get a similar firm bottom out. As for the darling of the budget tactile world, the Ajazz CS Lavender, they are only marginally lighter. The tactile bump on the bananas are sharper and crisper, and even though they are both long poles, the bananas bottom out sooner and much firmer. If you want a more round, chunkier, and meatier feeling bump, I would actually recommend one of the current fan favorite frankenswitches at the moment. Holy Bobas are far more tactile and definitely have a firmer spring force, firmer bump, and firmer price tag. Pick your poison. I personally like both, and I'm more than willing to use both, albeit in different builds. The only real issue I've had with these switches is a super subtle leaf ping, and it's generally so quiet that my condenser microphone couldn't really pick it up. But enough talk. Here's some sound tests to help you make an informed decision. They are recorded using my KBD Fan 67 Lite with FR4 plate, lowercase silicon mute, pour on switch pads, and the tests use both Cat Alpha and GMK white on black. I also recorded the tests stock and lubed. So if you could drop a like for all the effort, I think that, like these switches, would be ripe and wonderful. First up is Cat Alpha, stock. Now let's check them out stock with GMK Cherry Profile. Now let's see what they're like lubed. And again with GMK. I honestly intend to use these switches on the regular. They're light, so they aren't tiring, yet they have enough of a tactile bump to keep a nut like me happy. I can truly recommend these switches for the price, the quality, and the feel. And if you like a somewhat lighter sound, then these switches are even more for you. And for all you fans of PE foam, the hard bottom out will make that pop super loud too. Give them a shot. But thank you for watching, and feel free to stick around by subscribing if you would like to see more. Until the next one, I'll just leave you with a bonus sound test of the board I ended up leaving these switches in. My KP Republic BM68 with MT3 keycaps. The combo is a lovely mix of lower tones and higher tones,